Getting my locks tightened up is like getting Botox. I mean, look at me. I look months younger.
There's a guy who wants to talk to you.
Hey everybody, yesterday's video went long. Let's see how this one goes. I'm trying to read more of the comments now that I'm spending less time responding to them in the threads. And the hard part about picking comments to respond to on camera is that I've been doing this a long enough time and have responded to so many thousands of comments over the years that most of the comments are ones I've responded to many times over. The next biggest category are people insulting each other or me, so I toss those out. The next biggest category is science-minded people actually answering questions, and well, that doesn't leave much. So I'll ask your forgiveness if my subjects seem kind of random. We're going straight to the roundup today. Which version of Earth do I think we live on? The perfect two-dimensional ball that is suggested to be a sphere in the 1972 image or photo from NASA? The oblate spheroid as suggested by Neil deGrasse Tyson? Or let's say pear-shaped? Or Bill Nye's enclosed Earth system, whatever that is? Or do I have my own? Well, I have the ability to understand that we live on a planet that can fit all those descriptions at the same time. I know that all photos are two-dimensional representations, even if the object is really in 3 dimensions. I understand that even though a photo may appear to be a perfect sphere, that the degree of oblateness may not be big enough for me to notice in a photo. It can still be an oblate spheroid. The same with the pear-shapedness Tyson spoke of. I also know that Tyson didn't suggest those things. The oblateness of the Earth has been understood for centuries, and its pear-shapedness has been known for over 60 years. Lastly, I know that Bill Nye was talking about the Earth being a closed system when it came to dealing with human-generated garbage. There's no feasible way of disposing of garbage by taking it off into space, off the planet, so it's stuck here. Context matters. This person asks if I realize that there are religious people in science, smart Christians that accept reality and do good science. How do I feel about such people? And also that religion doesn't prevent people from doing good science. And I would agree. But first, I would say that there are smart people of a variety of religions that accept reality and do good science. Christians don't have a monopoly on that. Secondly, I would point out that I never claimed religious people couldn't do good science. I said that when you say God did that and he works in mysterious ways and some things aren't meant for us to know and is beyond man's understanding, you're not doing science. And you're not. When you've left the answer to God, you've stopped looking for the answers yourself, and that's what science is. Now, people are perfectly capable of thinking, I think God made the universe, and I'm trying to find out how. And then they get to the job of doing science. I've never claimed otherwise, but I can say that religion can prevent people from doing good science if they're only willing to accept the answers that reaffirm their religious beliefs. Hey, the Creaky Blinder says he's enjoying the new format. Thanks, buddy. You should. I pretty much stole it from you and Godless Engineer. Seriously, folks, if you're not already, go subscribe to the Creaky Blinder. He's obviously enjoying himself going at these fools, and it's a refreshing alternative to the harsher vibe that these subjects can generate in people. There's a link right up there. When was my house built? This person has been paying attention to the little glimpses of my house that I've shown over time and is guessing its age. It's funny because my wife wonders if I'm just slowly going to show the entire house one video at a time. Joey here guesses mid to late 1920s. Close. This house was built in 1909. It was one of the first houses built in this neighborhood in Oakland, and there's a lot of upkeep in these old places. This is a follow-up to the martial arts training piece I did yesterday and conditioning yourself to stop, which is not something you want to actually do in the real world. Marvin said he's going to take this back to his group. Now, this is something you'll have to really think about, Marvin, and what will work. If you train with a point system in mind, you have no choice but to stop. So you might want to add some sessions where you don't go by those rules. Have 2, 3, 5-minute rounds where you don't stop until the timer is up. Maybe have a third person act as a safety officer or a prompter to say, hey, keep going, don't ease up. Or to stop people and halt action when things get out of hand. I would also suggest doing this training after the by the rules training, because what you end on will stick with you more. Another thing you can do when you're practicing things like throwing, which always has stops in it. You execute your throw, and then the person rolls and they get up or something like that. One thing I do is when I take them down, I'll then throw in a couple phantom punches to tell myself to keep going to finish them off. So it'll be like throw, punch, punch, maybe even a little kick or something like that, just to say I've done what I needed to do. Okay, sweet. A question no one can answer. We'll see about that. Where do the lost socks in the washer go when they're not in the washer? Well, hey, look, that's easy. They, Oh, just kidding? I knew that. What makes you think I didn't know that? Now the ultimate nerd question, Star Wars or Star Trek? Well, I'm going to give the big cop-out because I'm a big fan of both. They are so vastly different that people should get away from the one or the other thing. Star Wars is a big bullet point space opera. Good and evil, heroes and villains, power and rebellion. Star Trek is the exploration of the human condition by proxy through these other beings and extreme circumstances. What does it mean to be a hero versus what does it mean to be human? I'm really enjoying Discovery, and I think it's great Trek, and I'm also looking forward to Episode 9. Yeah, there were choices in Episode 8 that I could have done without. The entire casino storyline could have been cut without losing a scrap of the plot, but I still enjoyed it. Hell, Puppet Yoda alone made it a winner for me. That's how much of a nerd I am. And I have to say, I'm a big advocate of Rey not being a Skywalker or of any family that we know, even though that's contrary to the whole Star Wars being about the Skywalker line. The whole concept of having great power because of your bloodline is archaic and tiresome to me. So I hope they stay that route with the next episode. All right, big thanks to all my patrons. I think I have a new one to add to the mix. Welcome, Stephen Walker, and thanks for your support. And thank you for allowing me to share my thoughts with you today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay up on all the latest videos. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
That's my job! That's what I do! I don't lose! I win! Is there no one on this planet to even challenge me?
Maybe you came by to congratulate me on last night's victory.